Rock Your Notebook, and I have a quick mixed media tutorial. This is the front of my mixed media notebook and a size B6 with a craft cover. And unfortunately for me, I could not open my clear gesso tube. It would not open for me. My hands were not strong enough. I guess it like sealed shut. So ended up using my Liquitex Fluid Matte Medium, which is kind of like a gesso, but not really. So I didn't get quite the effects that I had wanted to happen with the Liquitex Matte Medium, but that's okay. I rolled with it. So first what I'm doing here is I'm just collaging these pieces on. I've got this old tissue paper from Tim Holtz, some really old vintagey looking book paper, which is actually written in French, but it doesn't matter because, I'm not reading the words on here. And then this beautiful printable from Wilna Furstenberg. It's from an older class of hers, but I love owls. And the actual owl says, "Feel the heart." So I thought this was perfect for my art journaling notebook that I'm going to really focus on getting back into. It's something that I love to do, and it's something that I haven't done in a long time, so I'm still feeling kind of rusty. So I collaged everything on, and then I hit it with the heat gun to dry it all. And then you're going to see me just flip it over and snip off that extra piece there. And then I'm going to try and use my Inktense blocks, which again, if this had been on clear gesso, they would have disappeared a lot better. But they didn't do so well on the matte medium. And this is where I kind of ran into like a little bit of a problem. So Inktense blocks, once dry, are actually permanent. But you could see in the background there that I have the lines of when I kind of colored onto the book, and I didn't like that. That wasn't what I wanted. And then it really like faded away, the color, once I got it wet. It wasn't as intense as I wanted either. So then you see me like dipping my brush and then rubbing it onto the Inktense block to try and get some more color going. But it still wasn't giving me what I wanted. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this, and you saw me dab up the extra wetness there with just a baby wipe that I had, and I dry all of that, and then I'm going to grab my watercolors here in a second and put those Inktense blocks away. So on top of the watercolors, this case that I have all these hydrocolor watercolors, which I really, really do love. They're beautiful colors, but they don't give me movement like my Daniel Smith colors do. So what I'm doing here is inside this watercolor tin, I have some Daniel Smith watercolors and some Core watercolors, which both of these I happen to love. And I'm just getting the color vibrancy that I was looking for before. That one that I'm dipping into and putting on the right side of the book, that is my Payne's Blue Gray, and it is like one of my absolute favorite watercolors by Daniel Smith. I love this color. As you can see, it's actually time for me to probably refill that that pan there because I've used it so much. So now I've got kind of the look that I'm going for. And I'm just drying this and dabbing up some of the extra fluid here, and then I'm going to work a little bit on the bottom. In hindsight, I probably could have left the bottom alone, but I already had that like green from the Inktense, so I'm trying to give it a little bit more color, but the bottom never ends up quite looking the way I had wanted it to. When it comes to art journaling, sometimes your projects don't come out the way that you saw them in your mind. And for me, this is definitely one of those things that it didn't end up looking the way I had wanted it to look in my mind. And that's okay because you always learn from it. So here what I'm doing is I have these word cutouts from Calico Collage, which I absolutely love. And I probably should go print out some more and see what else she has new in the shop. And that'll help me get into art journaling a little bit more too, is maybe getting some new collage elements. So I'm just adding these to the front of the book with some Nuvo glue, and then I'm going to add matte medium all over the cover just to seal everything in because, watercolors are not permanent. And this is my mixed media journal, so I will be opening and closing it and touching it a lot. And you'll see some movement here from the matte medium as I add it to the front of the book. And that's cool because it's still there and now it's all sealed in. So that's it for me. This is how I decorated the front of my B6 mixed media notebook. I'll leave a link below for you to be able to check out these notebooks in the shop. And let me know in the comments if you enjoyed watching this video. All right, thanks. Bye.